Good morning, everybody. And at least the DAX pulled back onto structure, and we are on that structure. So we're in the zone that I gave you yesterday, and we'll get the levels out on the lower time frames. I just want to get them in. There we go. So if you just look left, so you look in this area here between the 6th and the 14th of February here. So it is the last 3 weeks. So you can see there was a lot of rejection here, then we shot up above it last week, and now we're pulling back into this area. So this is nice and structured, unlike what we're seeing on the S&P 500. So the minute you start drilling down, oscillators eased off quite nicely on the 3-hour. We do have a big engulfing bar, but then we got another inside bar here, which is bearish. But moving averages, they're not quite pointing up. They're all over the place, but that's kind of what we've been doing the last 3 weeks. Oscillators indicating this nice pullback, decent, strong weekly move up, potential double top here. I mean, I did mention it yesterday. I discredited it. And that takes us pretty much down to 38,827 area. So let's get the hour before we look at these levels, just in case something has changed. Okay, just one more level to add, and then we can look at them. So there's our fractal there. So we are looking at 38,900. The 150 EMA lines up quite nicely in this area, or alternatively, we are looking to recapture 38,961. Only problem we have here is we're below the moving averages, and we are just above the 150, so we're in amongst all the moving averages here, which is always an indication of a range. Oscillator's not helping us at the moment, but we do know that there is strong support at 38,864. 38,827, 38,774. So each one of these levels is a strong area of support. So I would be very, very cautious trying to short in this zone, even though we do see some bearish setups happening here on the Dow. Now, not often that the Dow and the S&P 500 diverge, but that is exactly what is transpiring at the moment. So we do have quite a bit of data due, and that's one thing you need to be very, very cautious of. And at the moment, we've broken through 39,048, which is a strong level here. In actual fact, just get it up there, it's probably 39,050. 39,050. So that is a strong area of support, and we broke through, we didn't test it. So I'd be paying attention to this area. But looking at the moving averages at the moment, this is all indicating that you could potentially move to the bottom. However, as I've said, these levels that we're in are very strong. So 38,961, 38,909. 38,864, 38,827, 38,774. So I would be reluctant to be chasing shorts at the moment. We did get the opportunity, but it didn't really give us a decent entry for that scalp. But nevertheless, I think that is kind of the move that is on offer at the moment. So lots of data coming out, and we're waiting on data right now. So there's still so much concern about the interest rate hikes, or not hikes, but the interest rate cuts. At the moment, they're pegged in for June, but obviously the market's looking for an earlier one because they've priced that into the market, so they're looking for earlier rate cuts. But I don't see that happening, and I also I don't see this falling to the floor, and I also don't see this shooting to the moon right now. So I think the tough trading conditions here are going to continue. So pay attention to these levels. The most logical thing here is a bounce off these levels higher. And what I'd be doing is just a small position size. Sort of just look for the level, wait for the structure, and get moving. Make sure that your price action is decent. If you see this kind of price action with lots of tails, that's barbed wire. It is confusion. It just indicates nobody knows what's going on. There's no authority to that move, so I wouldn't even bother with it. At the moment, it is bearish on the 15 minutes, but this is the line in the sand at 39.050, and if you do get up above there, you're above all the moving averages, so I wouldn't be wanting to short up there either. So yeah, kind of a stuck in the middle day for me. Sit on the sides and wait, because I don't see the structure for a short, and I also don't see the structure for a long just yet. I do see some things on the S&P and the DAX, but they are so overbought at the moment that I'm very, very cautious there of jumping in long. But yeah, overall the trend is to the upside, so it is up until it's not. We do have a little bit of variation here on the 1 hour and below the 1 hour, which is indicating potential shift in direction, but strong zone of support below us. This is almost a setup for a intra-week type trade that you'd be looking for a 3 hour setup here for a move to the upside and to equal this previous move of last week. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Very slight bias to the upside, but I'm very, very cautious here. I think I'd rather sit back and wait for the data to unfold, and it is also coming up to the end of the month, so we've got basically 1 day left for the end of the month. And if you look at the monthly setup, you can see that is still very strong and bullish right now. So yeah, anyway, I'm sitting on the sides. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.